She has a legacy.
After the crap she pulled in the poke-up, there's no way in hell. We talk about not making waves. She's a tsunami.
Just because I beat you at your own game? Let me save you the trouble. I'm not interested.
Want to know how to beat someone at their own game in English? These secret phrases from Wednesday are your key, so watch until the end.
Miss Adams, you're already on thin ice. Wafer thin ice.
I swear on my late scorpion soul, my hands are clean.
Miss Adams, you're already on thin ice.
On thin ice. The idiom on thin ice means to be in a risky or precarious situation where you are close to getting into trouble. Imagine literally walking on ice so thin it might crack. That's the feeling this phrase conveys. After missing another deadline, he knew he was on thin ice with his boss. It shows he is in a dangerous position and might face consequences, like being fired.
Already on thin ice. Wafer thin ice.
I swear.
Wafer thin. Adding wafer thin is a powerful way to intensify the idiom on thin ice. A wafer is an extremely thin cookie, so this emphasizes that the situation is incredibly fragile and dangerous. It's a creative and dramatic upgrade to a common phrase. The company's finances are on wafer-thin ice after that failed product launch. It means the company is in an extremely delicate financial situation and could collapse easily.
Scorpion soul, my hands are clean.
My hands are clean. When you say, "my hands are clean," you're declaring your innocence and stating you had no involvement in something bad. It's a strong way to deny responsibility for a negative event. The politician insisted his hands were clean despite the corruption scandal in his department. It expresses his claim of being innocent and not involved in the illegal activities.
My shift ends at 2.
Principal Weems would hang, draw, and quarter me if I missed the big statue dedication. And as enticing as that sounds, I'd prefer to keep a low profile.
My shift ends at 2.
Principal Weems would hang, draw, and quarter me if I missed.
Hang, draw, and quarter. This is a very dramatic and old idiom referring to a gruesome historical execution method. Today, we use it hyperbolically to say someone will be punished very severely. It's not literal, but it powerfully exaggerates the consequences of getting caught. My parents would hang, draw, and quarter me if I ever crashed their new car. It's a humorous exaggeration showing the speaker expects an extremely angry reaction and severe punishment.
Statue dedication. And as enticing as that sounds, I'd prefer to keep a low profile.
Keep a low profile. To keep a low profile means to avoid attracting attention or publicity. It's about staying out of the spotlight, especially when you want to avoid trouble or scrutiny. A very useful phrase for everyday life. After the celebrities scandal, she decided to keep a low profile for a few months and stayed off social media. It means she intentionally avoided public attention to let the negative situation fade away.
Bad have happened.
The cover-up is always worse than the crime.
Now I need you to be honest with me. Why'd you come back to the old meeting house in the first place? Something bad have happened.
The cover-up is always worse than the crime.
The cover-up is worse than the crime. This famous saying means that the act of hiding a mistake is often more damaging than the original mistake itself. Trying to lie or conceal the truth can lead to a loss of trust that causes bigger problems. It's a lesson in honesty. He only borrowed the money, but lied about it for weeks. The cover-up was definitely worse than the crime. It shows that his dishonesty about borrowing the money caused more damage to his relationships than the act of borrowing itself.
Why'd you come back to the old meeting house in the first place?
In the first place. We use the phrase "in the first place" to talk about the origin or the beginning of a situation, often when we are questioning the initial reason for something. It asks, what was the original motivation? I don't understand his complaint. Why did he buy a spicy sauce in the first place if he doesn't like spicy food? It questions the original logic or reason behind his action.
Crackstone was standing in the quad.
You're creating a story in your head and using visions to back it up. They're telling you what you want to see.
Are you mansplaining my power?
All I'm saying is my dad, the expert, would warn you that psychic ability isn't rooted in logic. It's triggered by emotions. And let's be honest, emotion isn't exactly your strong suit.
Crackstone was standing in the quad.
You're creating a story in your head and using visions to back it up.
Back it up. To back something up means to support a claim or story with evidence. Here, Xavier is accusing Wednesday of finding evidence just to fit her own theory, rather than being objective. It's about providing proof. If you claim the new marketing strategy works, you need data to back it up. It means you must provide evidence, data, to support your claim.
To back it up. They're telling you what you want to see.
Are you mansplaining my power?
Mansplaining. Mansplaining is a modern slang term. It describes when a man explains something to a woman in a condescending or oversimplified way, assuming she knows less about the topic than he does. Wednesday is humorously accusing Xavier of doing this about her own psychic powers. He started mansplaining how to use the new software to the female CEO who designed it. This is a perfect, almost funny example of someone condescendingly explaining something to an expert.
And let's be honest, emotion isn't exactly your strong suit.
Strong suit. Someone's strong suit is a skill or quality they are particularly good at. Xavier is telling Wednesday that handling emotions is not one of her talents. It's a common and polite way to point out a weakness. Public speaking is not my strong suit. I get really nervous on stage. It simply means I am not naturally skilled at public speaking.
There's a legacy.
After the crap she pulled in the poke-up, there's no way in hell. We talk about not making waves. She's a tsunami.
Just because I beat you at your own game? Let me save you the trouble.
She has a legacy.
After the crap she pulled in the poke-up, there's no way in hell.
No way in hell. No way in hell is a very strong and informal way to say absolutely not. Adding in hell makes the refusal much more emphatic and intense than just saying no way. Use it when you want to show zero possibility. Are you going to apologize after what he said? No way in hell. This shows a complete and angry refusal to do something.
Waves. She's a tsunami.
Just because I beat you at your own game? Let me save you the trouble. I'm not in.
Beat you at your own game. To beat someone in their own game means to defeat them using their own methods or in an area where they are considered an expert. It implies a very satisfying victory because you've proven you're better than them at what they do best. The small startup beat the tech giant at its own game by releasing a more innovative smartphone. It means they won by being better in the very industry the giant dominated.
There, but look, it's kind of sketchy. Squatters and meth heads use that place as a crash pad. My dad has to clear it out every couple weeks. There, but look, it's kind of sketchy.
Sketchy. The word sketchy is informal slang for something that seems unreliable, dishonest, or potentially dangerous. It gives you a feeling that something isn't quite right. We use it for people, places, or situations. I received a sketchy email asking for my bank details, so I deleted it immediately. It describes an email that looked untrustworthy and was likely a scam.
Squatters and meth heads use that place as a crash pad. My dad has to...
Crash pad. A crash pad is slang for a place where someone can sleep temporarily, usually for free. It's not a permanent home, just a convenient place to crash or sleep for a short time. The term often implies the place is basic or not very clean. My friend let me use his apartment as a crash pad for a week while I was looking for a job in the city. It describes using the apartment as a simple, temporary place to stay.
Outcast relation.
Nothing has changed since Crackstone. They still hate us. Only now they sugarcoat it with platitudes and smiles. if you're unwilling to fight for the truth.
You don't think I want the truth? Of course.
They still hate us. Only now they sugarcoat it with platitudes and smiles.
Sugarcoat it. To sugarcoat something means to make it seem more pleasant or acceptable than it actually is. You're covering the bitter truth with a layer of sugar, so it's easier to hear, but it's ultimately misleading. Don't sugarcoat the bad news, just tell me directly what happened. This is a request for the direct, honest truth without any attempts to make it sound better. Platitudes. A platitude is a remark or statement, especially one with a moral content, that has been used too often to be interesting or thoughtful. Think of phrases like, everything happens for a reason. They sound nice but lack real meaning. Weems is saying people hide their hatred behind empty, nice-sounding phrases. His speech was full of empty platitudes about working together, but offered no real solutions. It describes comments that sound positive, but are unoriginal and lack substance.
Hope you learned something cool today with English by Movie. Hit like, subscribe for more, and let's chat in the comments. Don't miss what's coming next. Bye for now.